I am Waqas Nasir and I welcome you to Jolly Talk Show.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
He is one of the most prominent personalities of Pakistan, an academic, a visionary, and a change maker. He is the man of many talents. Loved by many and envied by some, this person has made a mark for himself. Professor Dr. Iqrar Ahmad Khan is currently the Vice Chancellor of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, the position that he has truly earned. In this interview, you will know about the struggles that he went through, how he ended up being the Vice Chancellor of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, and what he expects from the faculty members of this university. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Awesome. I'm fine, thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for being on this show and for agreeing for this interview. And this facility is amazing, I would say.
थैंक यू. ये फैसिलिटी तो 100 साल से ज़्यादा अरसा से यहाँ पे है और हम इसके बेनिफिशरीज हैं.
Well, that's good. So firstly, congratulations that you're back. So I actually want to know, how does that feel to be back?
Humbled and challenged also, because this is not first time I'm here. So
Yes.
I already spent many years here. So question arises, why again, and what would be different this time?
Yes.
And I do ask this question to myself many times, and I have set some targets for myself. In very simple words, I would like to do something which I was unable to do earlier.
Okay, like that is something very ambitious. और सर मुझे आपसे एक सवाल ये भी पूछना था, because like I have been an agrarian for 6 years, and I actually want to know that when you joined UAF, तो तब what were the challenges that you had to face? यानी उस वक्त क्या क्या challenges थे इस university के अंदर which you think you have overcome, और अब ऐसे कौन से challenges हैं which you would like to overcome now?
देखिए, I started here as Vice Chancellor in 2008.
Yes.
And at that time, Higher Education Commission was very active, and higher education as a system was moving fast. My immediate task was to pace up and be part of that fast moving higher education segment. And I had realized that we have not taken the real advantage of what had happened in few years earlier. Because
Right.
Higher Education Commission came into being in 2002, and there was attention being given to the sector.
Right.
And that attention meant that you could invest into human resource, you could think out of the box, you could come up with new programs, you could have new thought process in place.
बिल्कुल.
You could do some international matchmaking, linkages. You could also think in terms of being partnered with the industry. So at that time, those were the
Challenges, right.
ambitions actually. That I thought that there is opportunity out there, but we have not benefited as an institution. And the numbers speak. Take in terms of our presence globally as well as nationally.
Nationally, yes.
Yes. So we were able to make ourselves felt. The enrollment growth, the human resource development, the infrastructure, the equipment, the research funding, exchange programs, international centers.
Yes.
So those were the things that made us proud of this institution.
Because I actually want to thank you for one thing. When I was here, as a student, we got a lot of exposure. Like we went to a lot of universities. We were known. Like people came to know about what is Agriculture University Faisalabad.
Yes.
और पूरा साल इंतज़ार करते थे for our literary festival.
Yes.
So now what do you think is the challenge that you would like to overcome?
There is a management challenge, and there is professional challenge, and there is also some national responsibility.
Right.
My biggest national responsibility is that we are a brand.
Yes.
And this brand, whenever word agriculture comes, food security comes to the screen, then all of a sudden people start thinking about
Agriculture
agriculture
University.
university. There are 10 agriculture universities in the country, but
Yes.
still people believe that, where is agriculture university Faisalabad?
Yes.
So this is the first challenge that I feel that we have to live up to, because the food imports, the food prices, the food inflation, the malnutrition, the lack of diversity in the diets, then lack of profitability of the farming community, and stress on the consumer, all of them revolve around the performance of agriculture sector.
Bilkul.
And when there is a question on the performance of agriculture sector, what is our human resource doing? Where is our research output? What have we done in terms of skilling the
Everyone point towards
everyone?
Agriculture
And
University.
Then, everyone points to the agriculture university. Our biggest industrial sector, which was cotton, which is cotton still, that has declined miserably.
Miserably, yes.
So those are the things that I believe there is now national crisis that we have to live up. But then, within the institution, I have come back almost more than 4 years.
Yes.
So within 4 years, the system has gone through ups and downs.
A lot of.
And there is definitely a need for integration and bringing back the sanity and trying to give the confidence to the team.
Yes.
Making sure that we are all a team and we have the competence and we have the capacity to deliver. But then it has been further complexed by COVID.
It is.
COVID is also a culprit for us, and but COVID was also an opportunity to reform the.
For me, it surely was.
Yeah, so we have probably not reformed as much as yet. We need to reform because this is not going to go away. So
Yes, it's like this is the new normal. That's what
Yes,
everybody has
the
been
new
saying.
normal. Yes.
So you talked about a lot of struggles that we as farmers, I would say, had to go through, and we as a nation had to go through. तो मुझे आपसे ये पूछना था कि like there is a lot of technology being introduced आजकल, but is there any innovation or invention that we are coming up with? क्योंकि हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी के like we are producing a lot of PhD graduates, but as you said that everybody points towards agriculture university whenever anything happens.
Yes.
तो हर किसी का एक सवाल होता है कि रिसर्च कंडक्ट हो रही है, what are you producing?
पिछले 20 साल में हमने तकरीबन 1600 PhD प्रोड्यूस किए हैं।
Yes.
1600 से ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस किए हैं। तो ये क्वेश्चन तो बड़ा लॉजिकल है। People would ask, then what? What is the innovation?
Yes.
What is the commercialization? What is the new technology? What are the new solutions? So this is what I now tend to challenge myself as well as my team, that we have to think in terms of not only publishing papers
Yes.
and making our CVs. We have beautiful CVs here. All of us build our CVs because
Yes.
we have so much to take credit for.
Yes. Whenever it comes to credit, like everybody wants that.
Everyone wants credit, but then credit is limited to our personal growth only.
We're
Well,
not contributing.
They are not contributing. Well, I'm not saying not contributing. There is a lot sitting on the shelf
Yes.
that's not getting delivered also.
Right.
Not getting adopted, not being put to use. That starts all the way from the policy level to the farm practices and to the marketplace.
Yes.
So there is a continuum, and there are gaps and nicks here and there, which
Needs
deserve
to be
attended.
addressed. Exactly. And so, like as you said, like we have produced a lot of PhDs, and to be a professor, like it is one of the requirements that you have to be a PhD scholar. So I actually want to ask you that it's not important कि जिसने PhD की हो, he is a good teacher. So in agriculture university, are we actually focusing, or we actually plan to focus on the teacher training programs?
Well, teaching is an art.
It is.
So there can be good teachers without PhD.
Yes.
There can be lousy teachers with a lot
With
of
the
PhD,
PhD.
and a strong research portfolio.
Exactly.
So that means that art can keep perfecting itself,
Yes.
provided the individual is willing to learn. And this is certainly a challenge for the management also, that we keep on investing into the teaching art of our faculty members.
Exactly. So because starting my SO, let's go back 10 to 15 years, there was a strong bond between students and teachers, and there was respect, and it was a great bond. But now, I personally don't see that bond because it's just about like we are going to the class, bas uske baad bas farig.
Actually, teacher is not just a source of information.
Yes.
Teacher should be a source of inspiration. Teacher should be someone who can become
who can influence you,
become a reference.
Exactly.
Reference for the student that person so and so taught us so and so subject.
Exactly.
And we are still continuing to benefit, or he or she had enabled us to become lifelong learner.
Yes, because teachers have.
So it's not just that piece of information or syllabus or delivery of contents and then going through the examination. That much is mechanical.
It is.
A teacher is one who could actually influence the thought process, who could influence the lives, and who could also inspire the younger generation.
A teacher can change you. Like
yes,
he can
teacher can change you.
And teacher can inculcate a lot of things in you. So I actually want to know one more thing about the teachers. What do you think are the core qualities or what are the core essentials जो आपको लगता है कि एक teacher students में inculcate कर सकता है to develop their personality?
The most important investment of teacher and relationship of teacher with the students is that values.
Yes.
That the honesty, that the behavior and ability to accept
the change.
And to accept the change. Accept the change, yes. Yeah.
No, that is really good. Sir, you were a student in your life, and I actually want to know, did you ever thought that you're going to be the Vice Chancellor of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad? Or जब आप बने थे, did you have some aspirations like I want to be this guy? Or did you imagine something कि इसका मुझे इसकी तरह करना है, इस बंदे ने इस तरह का किया था, like he has inspired me?
Well, let me tell you very frankly,
yes,
that right from the days when I was a student, I was always inspired by the then Vice Chancellor. We had a very dynamic Vice Chancellor here in the early 70s by the name of Dr. Iqrar Ahmad. Okay. He was a fiery speaker, absolutely articulate, a very simple man. But he could talk and make you feel that he's talking. And I thought that if I have to do something in life, I should be someone like Iqrar Ahmad. And so yes, I always planned to get here. So it's not
this
accidental.
Is great.
No, it's not accidental.
It's not accidental.
No, it's not accidental. It's not an incident. But in many years, the scheme of things was not very favorable, because what used to be the case for appointment of vice chancellors until about 2006-7,
yes,
that there were seniorities. And
yes,
people would pick,
yes,
so people would expect that senior people would be only, reaching there, which I never actually bought the idea of being senior and then picked up. And there were some good examples here who came in and who were not the part of seniority cohort.
Right.
We had Dr. Zadeh Hashmi, the first vice chancellor of this university, who was not even an employee of this system. He just arrived, and he.
I didn't know that.
And he just took over by storm, and he created this institution. He remained here for 8 years.
The person should be capable.
So he was never even from academia.
From academia, and that's what I am
He was not even a PhD.
About.
He was not even a PhD.
Okay.
So then I thought that why this seniority disease is here.
Yeah, the person should just be capable.
The person should be capable, and there should be. I spent many years of my career building time in the States, or in land grant colleges, universities.
Yes.
And I've seen over there's no such thing seniority. You know, people even in the departments, a young junior person can become head of department. A person can come from nowhere and become dean. And they would open the search for appointments in key positions, and people come from outside the system. And the people from within would love it. कि कोई बंदा बाहर से आए, कोई नई बात हो.
Because I think Bahar, which I personally think, because I haven't been there, I think they're more accepting to the change. They welcome you with open arms.
So, so the reason I've mentioned this story is that I've seen that happen here successfully. Zadeh Hashmi, the first Vice Chancellor, came, and he was just like that. We had Dr. Amir Mohammed here. He was not from academia. And he came here and he transformed everything. From here he went, created Pakistan Agriculture Research Council, NARC, and then he remained rector of FAST for 20 years.
Okay.
And he was not from academia.
There are lots of success stories, I would say.
So then I was always aiming at breaking this
chain.
And I did not break it, but it happened.
It happened. It surely did.
Yes, it happened.
And it is great. Sir, what was that moment in your life, or put it in your kinder, you can say, when you thought, this is the most struggling moment of my life? Like, be it academically or personally. जो आपको लगा कि like I'm struggling a lot, like I might break.
एक तो, you know, it's not in my grain to break. Somehow.
You are inspiring me with every single question.
Yeah, so I'm not someone who breaks down.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm a human being, of course.
Yes.
And you get stress, and you know, you are not just a machine.
Yes.
You feel that emotions, those are there.
Yes.
But I never break down in stress.
You choose not to break.
Not break down in stress. So, but the feelings hurt, and during this struggle for last 3-4 years, I did not break down for myself, but I was really broken for others. There were people who were victims. So I was broken down for them, not for myself.
Well, that is good, sir. Like,
yeah.
I don't have words to say anything, because like this is so inspiring to see a person at this position, and the person who's showing a lot of resilience. It is inspiring, and thank you so much for sharing this. Sir, what is that thing? This is actually a signature question of my show. What is that thing that keeps you bright in the darkest of times?
Well, I think you have only one life to live.
Yes.
And you should not give up, and be out there where you can be of value for others. And it is a selfless fight. And somehow I'm also grateful to Almighty, and good circle of friends, and prayers. And, you know, I have strong belief in prayers also.
Yes.
Yes. So you have the responsibility of doing the right kind of struggle, but then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, yeah.
So there is a luck factor in there too. I feel I was also lucky.
Yeah, there should be balance.
Yeah. So I feel I was also lucky. And in you know, back in the back of my mind, there is a Kisan inside me.
In all of us, I guess.
Yes. So you know, because that's where I opened my eyes, and I've seen the plight of that segment of society.
Yes.
So the thing that keeps me going here is that you know, I have gotten probably the highest possible opportunity to maybe pay back to that Kisan.
That's great. So my last question to you, because I won't be taking more time. My last question to you is that what is the most important life learning that you would like to share with the people, especially the students?
Okay, there's no alternative to hard work.
There is no alternative to hard work.
Right. So, and you can always uh, change the course of history and course of your own destiny if you work hard, be honest, and believe in yourself.
Yeah, like people say that, but sometimes it gets very difficult to believe in yourself.
Yes, but you know, it's very important.
It is very important.
Very important that you believe in yourself and you say that yes, I can do it.
Yeah, it keeps you going too.
It keeps you going.
I said that it was the last question, but मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ एक सवाल और है. Sir, we have conducted a lot of events in this university. Like as a part of that team, I would like to ask one thing. What was the event in that Lalpur Literature Festival which you enjoyed the most? Because I have been into different clubs, so I want to know.
I think I have attended so many of them.
Yes.
But some of the events which I feel that I have probably
enjoyed the
broken the mold, or I have created a new pathway.
Yes.
That was gender mainstreaming.
Thank you so much for doing that. Like I cannot thank you enough for saying it.
Yes, because there was no gender. Discrimination was there.
A lot of discrimination, and I think because of that discrimination, because of that difference in our mind,
yes,
there are horrible things happening in the society. And thank you for, like diminishing that gap.
Yes.
And thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that.
We could not overcome it, and it's a centuries fight.
It is a centuries fight.
So it will not happen like this.
Yeah, it will not happen.
But I think we have evolved.
We have evolved.
We have evolved.
We have seen it in our career, in my 6-year career here,
yeah,
until now. Yeah. And thank you so much for doing that. And sir, thank you so much for being on this interview, because I was striving so hard to have you on my show, and finally you agreed.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Lollipop.